you know what? Let's talk about the consumer and stay on that story, particularly the higher-end consumer. Maybe many of you watching or listening right now, because from May 2nd to May 4th, Carbone Beach is happening in Miami around the F1 race. Hedge fund billionaire Ken Griffin, aspiring newspaper mogul Jeff Bezos, just some of the bold-faced business names who have hit the event. Let's talk about that, the consumer, and building a luxury lifestyle brand in chaotic stock markets. One of the team behind it, a guy named Mario Carbone. We forced him to wear a tie. He's in the house now. Mario, it's great to have you on set in New Jersey. Thank you for joining us.
I love wearing ties.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
As a Queens guy?
I'm an old soul.
Old soul. Yeah. I love that. And by the way, be careful for Morgan. She comes from a long line in the restaurant industry.
Oh, here we go.
Her dad owns...
My parents were fast food franchisees.
Her parents own Burger King.
So I know gourmet cuisine.
Be careful.
You know hard work. That's what you know.
That's it. Hard work and labor. Let's talk about your... A lot of our viewers and listeners right now are, or would like to be, major food group customers. How do you see the higher-end consumer right now? We know they always spend.
Yep.
But the stock market's also been volatile. Do you hear your customers talking about it?
Listen, I mean, if you take New York, for instance, our numbers are booming, right? They're above pre-COVID numbers. So New York is telling us everything's good. You know, there's no fears right now with our dining, certainly in the luxury sector. Stats are up. If you go out, if you're out and about, we were talking about restaurants earlier, energy's through the roof, places are packed. You know,
any sign of that slowing at all? Anything?
As of right now, I would say no. I don't feel it. I don't feel it. I look every morning. I get all the reports from all the restaurants. I'm not really seeing it in spend. I'm not seeing it in sort of the trends there. So as of right now, I'm going to say no.
Jared Isaacman, who at least until recently was the CEO of Shift4, so payments processing, works with a lot of different restaurants across a lot of different markets, would talk about the stake effect, especially in the wake of inflation and things like higher beef prices in recent years. Have you seen any signs of that or any restoking of that, especially as we are talking about the possibility of food prices increasing again here? I
mean, listen, inflation certainly hits us just like everybody else, right? I think we have a responsibility to the customer. You know, certainly we occupy the luxury sector there, and I think that there's a promise being made to our customers that on any given night, we're going to bring in the finest ingredients in the world, no matter what. That's what we represent as a company. So we have no choice but to pass that along to the customer, because we're going to continue to buy everything that we would normally have bought. The last thing our customer wants to hear is we're making concessions and buying ingredients that are lesser grade than we would normally have done.
Food has changed so much the last few years, Mario. Talk to us about this, because, and I'm not going to knock anybody anywhere that wants their food, but but I'm going to do it. Actually, you know what? Let's do it.
It's Power Lunch.
Well, it is. The show's called Power Lunch. The food got weird for a while, and it's no knock, but it's like I'm going to make nitrous oxide and seafoam, and we all watch the Bears and what Carmi is doing in Chicago. What you and your team, I think, have done better than anybody, or as good as anybody, and very successfully, is you made food approachable again. Like, no offense, I don't want seafoam that tastes like licorice, but give me a big piece of chicken parm, a good glass of wine, in a great vibe with good company. How has dining, and I think my friend Tillman Fertitta's realized this, buying Keen's and others, how has dining changed?
Tillman's certainly at the forefront of it, obviously. How has dining changed? I'm not sure it has. I think we're always going to have these sort of outliers. I think they're important. Some of them are geniuses. You take, Ferran Adria, you take...
El Bulli. I mean, nobody's knocking them. They're amazing. They are geniuses.
Noma. It's important that they're out there pushing the boundaries, right? But by and large, what we do at our company, what I challenge my chefs is, and I believe it's just as difficult, is make the best version of something that people have had hundreds, if not thousands of times before. Give them the best meatball they've ever had, the best bowl of pasta. If you can do that, you have a customer for life, right? Even at the very best of that other style of meal, which, again, important that they exist in the world for the art, even at the very best of it, you're gonna have it maybe once in your whole life. I have customers 3 or 4 times a week. I'd much rather be in that business.